Alright, hello, this is Kill2. I'm here with T-Days. In the commentary booth for Alliance Tournament 7, we have Beyond Virginity versus ISK 6. For Beyond Virginity, we have one Absolution, two Dominics, one Oneros, one Rook, one Curse, one Coercer, and two Ishkur.
And for ISK 6 we have a Balgorn, which I don't think we've seen so far. Megathron, two Dominics, Oneros and Rook.
Yes, very new and awesome that they brought a Balgorn, so we'll have to see how that works. It looks like a great ship for this tournament, really, but it's expensive and it's difficult to make work, so we'll have to see how they do.
Yeah, and then there all seem to have been battleships are at 0 by the looks of it from here, and that will be a very bonus for the Balgorn with its webbing and neutralizing action.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anybody's not familiar with it, it's like a giant curse plus a giant Hugin, built into one giant, awesome, expensive powerhouse.
Getting more expensive all the time.
Yeah. We have a lot of ships at 0. The Dominixes from the Beyond Virginity team, as well as their Absolution, are right on top of the ISK 6 team, so when this match starts, there should be a lot of damage right away. Looks like some sentry drones dropped as the match starts right now, even though they're all sitting at 0.
Yeah, the Balgorn tackled, but he's at 0 anyway, so it's not much of an issue at the moment. The Dominics for ISK 6 taking some damage, Dominics for Beyond Virginity taking some damage, so Dominics party.
And both teams have brought the kind of mainstays of this tournament. Both have a Rook, which we've seen a lot of teams today that kind of a Rook may have been the big difference between the two setups. And then when both teams have brought a logistics ship as well. And both teams ignoring those ships as the match starts, going for whatever's close to them. In this case, both of these Dominixes.
Yeah, the Balgorn damage, it was slowed down somewhat. It hasn't gone into armour yet. One of the Dominics is for ISK 6 there. You can see half armour. Similar kind of damage on the other Dominics for Beyond Virginity. So just waiting for which one of these is going to start taking more damage quicker. It does look like ISK 6 are losing that Dominics faster, and their Rook is looking a bit dangerous now as well.
And I can see that the Beyond Virginity support and the two Ishkurs and the Coercer are out there trying to take care of the ISK 6 Rook as fast as possible. The ISK Dominic's going down pretty fast, as well as that Rook now, so a lot of work for the Oneros.
Yeah, the Oneros not quite keeping up at the moment. That Rook is, well, I think the Rook's going to drop very quickly. Those Ishkurs and Coercers can put down a reasonable amount of DPS of its size, and there it goes. So we now have the Dominics about to go down as well. On the Beyond Virginity side, we have one Dominix in structure, as we lose the first Dominix for ISK 6. And there's a bit of split fire there by the looks of it. They've split fire between the Rook and two of the Dominixes.
Yeah, that Rook, like I said, I think getting most of the damage from the support, or, from the Beyond Virginity Rook. They don't have any support. That's interesting. Maybe the sentry drones that some of those ships dropped working on that Rook. Beyond Virginity about to lose their first Dominics. I've noticed all these Dominics seem to have blasters fit, and I believe heavy blasters fit, so that's pretty fantastic. These teams going really straightforward, putting a lot of damage on these ships, and not worrying too much about using their high slots for stuff like smart bombs and neutralizers, even though I've seen a couple neutralizers as well as the blasters.
Yeah, the Balgorn now taking some damage, the Dominics for ISK 6 taking some damage, and their Oneros just lost a huge chunk of shields. It looks like it's been tackled, in fact. Who's tackled it? One of the Ishkurs has tackled the Oneros, and his armour is going fairly quickly. It's going to drop very shortly as well.
I'm surprised to see so much split damage. In the case of the Oneros, it's a good switch if you get a tackle, and there he goes. So that's a real bad blow for ISK 6. It'll be probably pretty difficult for them to come back from losing their logistics. But with most of these ships at 0, I don't really understand why you'd have damage on the Dominics as well as the Balgorn, unless it's because of smart bombs or something like that. There's really no reason to be switching targets. I guess maybe if they kind of tested the tank and saw something they didn't like. There goes that Rook for Beyond Virginity, finally taking a bunch of damage, and down, went through shields, armor, and structure all at once. So now no more E-War on the field, at least in the form of VCM.
Yeah, it's probable that the Rooks had certain people jammed and they just were shooting at whatever they could, but unfortunately it looks like that second Dominics for ISK 6 is going to drop very shortly, leaving them a bit short on DPS against the Beyond Virginity team.
Yeah, that with this Dominic's gone, they're really hurting. The Balgorn really not meant for DPS at all. It should mostly have neutralizers in the high slots, and maybe, I mean, on other teams, maybe cap transfers. Actually, smart bombs I see fit to it, so maybe that has to do with some of the damage split that I see. but he won't have a main weapon system, so really it's just that Megathron at this point, which probably can't do anything through the remote repairing of that Oneros.
Yeah, this 6 Megathron taking damage now. It looks like they're going to leave the Balgorn till last. Maybe they're going to try and ransom him or something. And the Megathron going into armour now. The Oneros did take some damage for the Beyond Virginity team, but it's not seemed to be going particularly well.
Yeah, the Beyond Virginity Oneros was able to hold range. This is definitely another case for the support ships, as the Beyond Virginity support ships were definitely able to put pressure on the Rook and the Oneros both from the ISK-6 team, while this ISK-6 unable to really do anything about that Oneros flying around away from the team with the logistics range bonus. It's really fine out there. Maybe the Balgorn could have slowed it down, but they didn't even try.
Yeah, all the drones going off around the Megathron now. The Megathron is in structure. The Balgorn is once again tackled. It doesn't look like it actually has moved very far anyway. But the Megathron 46, he's about to drop any second now. And there it goes. So unfortunately we're going to see this Balgorn go down. So a very nice ship, but not able to swing the battle this time.
Yeah, it's too bad. It was cool of ISK-6 to bring it out, and as long as we have
self-destruct of the Balgorn. 120 seconds to kill this Balgorn before it self-destructs.
That continues to be Alliance Tournament 7 team, is self-destructing your hardware. I think probably he's going to die well before that timer finishes.
It probably will, but it's nice that he's telling us that the match will be over within 2 minutes, guaranteed at this point.
That is a wonderful courtesy that we don't get from many of our teams.
No, and certainly for this, the cost of the ship to actually put the self-destruct on, where we had sabres before, which cost very little running around, and we've got a very nice ship going to go up and smoke one way or the other very shortly.
Beyond Virginity complaining in local that they were hoping to ransom, and he's obviously robbed them of that opportunity.
Someone self-destructing a capsule. Unfortunately, that doesn't count. So, and I see some smart bombs have gone off again as well. Some drones gone up.
While we have these teams on the field, ISK-6, I've been told, is a representative team for EVE Online Hold'em, which is a really great service. Another thing that makes EVE unique, just like the Alliance Tournament. If you get a chance, check them out. They do some awesome stuff. They can play poker for ISK, which is exactly how I make all mine. Anyway, there goes that Balgorn. Too bad it didn't do better, and good job to Beyond Virginity. We'll go back to Soundwave.